Hi, which topic would you like me to talk today? I have a question for you. Have you ever wondered what is the one control factor for every outcome of your life? Let's play the game. I will give you 10 seconds to find the answer for this question. I start to count now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Thumbs up. Now I will give you the answer and you can compare your answer to my answer to see whether we had the same answer or not. One thing would determine whether you will end up driving this or whether you end up driving this. What's that one thing? The one thing that determines whether at the end of 50, 60 years you end up being broke, alone and bitter, or whether you end up with a wonderful life. Only one thing determines whether your parents at the end of their life runs out of money, now they're desperate, or whether you can hand them the keys, pay off their mortgage, and retire them comfortably. Only one thing determines whether you travel the world in the red lottery. Just one control factor. What is it? Would you like to know? It's the choice. Let's watch the interesting movie with me to see why choices affect to our life very much. Before watching this interesting video, please click subscribe so that whenever I make a new video, you can be the first person who receives this notification. Now, time for movie.
I was born in Hong Kong. I immigrated to Canada when I was 14 years old. Push around, would never ask questions, never put up my hand. Right after school, I would just grab my backpack, go to my locker, not look at anyone, not make any eye contact, and just go home. Shortly after that, my mom and dad got divorced when I was 16 years old. Dad, and he just told me he went bankrupt. Just filed for bankruptcy. He couldn't send us money anymore. My mom is always a very positive, it's just like an angel to me. And then from there, I just made a commitment, whatever it takes. I don't need my dad. I'll be the man of the family. I'll take care of my mom. So that's when I started thinking about, okay, how can I do something to make some money? And then afterwards, I started my own one-man advertising agency. And that was my first taste of success, was being able to provide for my mom. Finally, now I could go to the grocery store and not have to go to the almost expired section to buy fruit and vegetables. That was really, very much the turning point. Me, doing very well. I was making about $10,000 a month as a young guy, 6-figure a year. I knew he was just getting by, and he was worrying about a place to live. So at the time, I went back to Hong Kong. I said, Dad, you see that window up there? Yeah. I reached in my pocket. I pulled a set of keys. I put it in his hands. I bought that unit for you. I picked up the phone. It was like 3 a.m., very late at night. Your dad's in emergency. I said, what happened? Well, he found that he needed surgery immediately. We need to operate him. That was it. I never got to say goodbye. I never got to say anything.
Practical for you. Let's take 3 friends And they're all starting out about the same. They all graduated from the same four-year university. They all moved out to the suburbs. They've been married for 5 years. They put on 5 years of that husband marriage flab that, you know, a lot of guys do. They both have 2.2 children, white picket fence, the whole thing. They got a job making $50,000 a year. All starting out the same. Now let's say that Scott here picks up a copy of Success Magazine. He's like, hey, some of these things are pretty cool. I think I might just try out some of these things. So here's what Scott does to start making some small little choice changes. He reads 10 pages of a good book a day. So instead of getting up in the morning and reading the newspaper and finding out about all the crime and criminals and disasters and scandal and gossip, he decides to pick up a good book and something inspirational, something instructional, and he just reads 10 pages in the morning. On the way to the office, instead of putting on the drive time yak radio, reaffirming all the disasters, murders, and scandals, he puts on an instructional CD. Something inspirational, something instructional, something to just sort of nourish and feed his mind. And he decides to cut out 125 calories a day. That's half a candy bar, small bowl of cereal. Okay, no big crash diet going on here. He drinks 2 bottles of water a day. He takes 2,000 steps a day, which means he just parks at the back of the parking lot. No big deal. He makes a few more phone calls before calling it a day, and he makes his weekly date night a priority. Now, Larry's just going to keep doing what Larry's always done and expecting different results, right? Status quo. Now, Brad's just going to start slipping, like we all have done, like we see happening all around us. Start making some poor, slightly not great choices. Here's what Brad's going to do. He's going to munch on a little junk food around the office. You know those chocolate-covered pretzels at the end of the secretary's desk, right? Half a handful of the chocolate-covered peanuts. You know, no big deal. He's going to miss a couple of workouts a week. He's going to drink more Diet Coke than water, God forbid. He's going to move around a little less. He's going to skip a prospecting call or two, and he's going to give the cold shoulder to the spouse a couple of times throughout the week. On the road, Scott's reading every morning, listening to instructional CD. The results are exactly the same. No difference whatsoever. The differences are dramatic. Let me show it to you. So Scott, 27 months later, has read 47 books on success and achievement. Just reading 10 pages 5 days a week. He's listened to 465 hours of instructional and inspirational audio over 27 months. Is that going to have some sort of impact in his life? This 125 calories that he saved out of his diet, he's lost 33 and a half pounds. He's drank 3,700 gallons of water. He's walked 900 miles. 124 date nights with the wife. Now, I had photos for that, but I just decided to go with X's and O's. This couple extra calls, he made 1,860 extra calls he wouldn't have made at a 3% close ratio, which means he's learned nothing from the 465 audios and the 47 books. He's added $279,000 on top of his $50,000 a year income. Now, Larry's been treading water, falling a little further behind, becoming disenchanted, bored, apathetic, passionless, disengaged. Got Brad. These slight little poor choices along the way, his 125 calories extra a day means he's added 33 and a half pounds. Those couple of workouts that he missed, the Diet Coke instead of the water, more weight gain. Now he's in danger of cardiac arrest. Missed a few meetings, missed a few phone calls. Now he's in business and financial emergency. This inattention and cold shoulder to the spouse. Either apathy has set up or he's on the brink of divorce.
We all come into this world the same, naked, scared, and ignorant. Life we end up with is an accumulation of all the choices we make. Our choices can be our best friend or our worst enemy. If you took a bite of a Big Mac and immediately fall to ground, clutching your chest from heart attack, you may not go back for that second bite. If your next burst of cigarettes instantly mutates your face into that of a weather 85 years old, chances are you pass on it too. If you fail to make that 10 calls today and were immediately fired and bankrupted, suddenly pick up the phone would be a no-brainer.
1,000 choices on average every single day. Commit to something that you know will change everything for you. 35,000 choices every single day. 35,000 times you can decide to make your future better than your past. Every day that determine who we will become and how we will live.
There's a story about a man riding a horse. It appears that he's going somewhere very important. A man standing along the roadside shouted, "Where you going?" The rider replied, "I don't know. Ask the horse." This is the story of most people's life. They're driving the horse of their choice, their habits, with no idea where they are headed. It's time to take control of the reins and move your life in the direction of where you really want to go.
You made some decisions, but today it's not a decision, it's a resolve. And when you get up from your chair, you're stepping over that line. I will not live as I have lived before sitting in this chair. I will make positive choices. I will stick to them. Nothing will stop me. See the building of your Beach Body business as this giant mountain in life. When you go back to your home and your communities and your neighborhoods, you're going to start climbing this mountain. And people are going to come up to you. People who say that they love you and support you, friends and family, so they're going to go, "What are you doing climbing that mountain? You know, you have a job. You're not going to have a job in this economy. Get off that mountain before you get hurt." And you're going to have to look them in the eye and you say, "You see this mountain? I'm going to the top." And you're going to climb up a little bit further. And then some people are going to, on Facebook or college chums, and, "You know, I heard about that mountain. That mountain, I think it's a scam. That mountain's a scam. You shouldn't be climbing that mountain. You know, I'm just here to protect you. You really shouldn't do that." And you're going to have to look them in the eye and you say, "See this mountain? I'm going to the top." And you're going to climb up a little bit further and people will come out of the woodwork like, "Okay, man, if you're so intent on climbing mountains, I got a much better mountain here. It's faster, the compensation is better, and all the rest of that." And you're going to have to look them in the eye and you say, "You see this mountain? You're either going to see me waving from the top or laying dead on the side. I am not coming back."
Life is a matter of choices, and every choice you make makes you. Make good choices today, so you don't have regrets tomorrow. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any comment, please let me know below. I'm happy to receive your feedback or comment. There are also more interesting movies in my channel that I'm sure you will like it. Please remember to click subscribe and share this video to everyone so that there are more people get motivated. May you have a fabulous day and goodbye. See you in my next video. Remember to click subscribe.